Hello and welcome. My name is Erica Shea, and you are tuned into the Slay podcast, where each week you and I are exploring ideas, techniques, and perspectives intended to help move you into a state of inspiration and empower you to take decisive, proactive action towards achieving your goals and reaching your highest potential. If you are someone who enjoys listening to topics on mindset and personal development, then you have come to the right place. And I hope that you find value each time you check out from an episode. This is episode 1, so fingers crossed. I'm feeling good about it, but more than anything, I wanted to just be sure and let you know how grateful I am to have your support and to have you tuned in with me and here on this new journey. Thank you so much. I've had all these ideas and things I wanted to document and speak about, but when it came to what I was going to lead with, I wasn't entirely sure which way I wanted to go because I just felt like there were so many different options. But thinking about the timing of when this first episode was going to roll out, how it aligned with the new year and the spirit of that, it just got me thinking about how practically everyone experiences these feelings of just like, newness, just magic, infinite possibilities around this time. New resolutions, inspired mindsets, and it's exciting, but there's a lot of unknown, and we can have these great intentions, but consistency can be a challenge at times. At least speaking for myself, consistency can be a challenge. Life can get in the way, and where you're motivated at first, distractions start to find ways to creep in. Our attention, focus can just be diverted, and the energy that we had to apply towards those new goals and resolutions, it's stolen and it's applied everywhere else but. So with that in mind, out of the gate, I wanted to focus on exactly what Slay is about, which is executing at a really high level and showing up for yourself as your best self in all aspects of life and doing what you put your mind to really fucking well, which isn't easy, but totally possible. It just takes commitment and serious personal accountability. And with it being January, knowing that so many of you, like myself, have these goals, these dreams and aspirations for this new year, I wanted to share with you something that isn't entirely fresh, but something that I have personally applied in my own life in a very unique way and have found value from. So I'm sharing it to see if there's any benefit that maybe you as well can experience, and hopefully it allows you to find more success when it comes to achieving the goals that you have set for yourself. So with that said, let's get into it. When it comes to your goals, there's SMART goals, there's finding your why, there are all of these ideas that people are going to give you, which they're all good recommendations. However, when it comes to finding your why, I think it's super important to really make sure that it aligns with who you identify with as a person. So for me, for example, I pride myself on just being a mom. I am a mom. I pride myself on being a learner. All right. I pride myself on being just an amazing romantic partner. I pride myself on being a teacher. There are just these roles. We all wear multiple different hats in life every single day. And there are qualities within those roles that are core to who we are, and they really do align with the values that we hold in our life. I want you to think about who you identify with and who you identify as, and all of the different roles that you have in your life. When it comes to the goals that you have, like, it's easy to set a goal. Like, okay, like, I want to save $20,000 this year. I want to lose 15 pounds and I want to increase my muscle mass. Like, whatever the goal is, you have to have a strong enough why. But the why really needs to be something that aligns with who you are at your core. Otherwise, it's going to be really fucking hard for you to achieve it. And maybe you achieve it, but hard to maintain it or repeat it. So that is exactly what I want to talk to you about. One shift that you can make or just be super intentional about in order to start seeing more success when it comes to achieving your goals. So the example that I'm going to use is one that I know so many people just working in the fitness industry struggle with. And that is the one around weight, losing weight. And for the purpose of this example, I'm going to say I am someone who I've never been a gym rat. I've never been consistent in my workouts. I don't eat amazingly, but I'm not like crazy and I don't go overboard, but I could do better. We can all do better. So I'm going to say I have this goal. I'm going to lose 15 pounds, but it's something I'm excited about, but it's like, how do I get started? Right? Like, okay, that's what I want to do, but I don't really have the motivation. Step one is, right, finding your why. Well, when it comes to your why, you want it to really be a part of who you are. Well, like I talked about, when it comes to my identity and the different personas and the roles that I identify with, I am a mom. I'm a teacher. I am a romantic partner. I'm a learner. This fucking fitness enthusiast, that was not a part of my identity. Right? So, okay, where else am I going to be able to draw from in order to increase the possibility of reaching success? Okay, well, first thing I could do is think about my girls. What's important to me? Something that is super important to me is being an amazing role model for them and being of high integrity and making sure that I do and follow through on the things that I say I'm going to, following through on my decisions and just showing them what it means to make healthy choices when it comes to food or movement, whatever the case may be. I know that they are learning how to be individuals and people on earth just by watching me interact with other people and how I interact with them. And so, yeah, how you do anything is how you do everything. So I want to make sure that I align myself and I hold myself to a standard. That way, when I get onto their asses, I can be like, oh, no. Like, mommy's doing these things too. It's super important. It's not just me sitting here saying that you need to do it, but I'm not walking the talk as well. So, okay, I'm going to tell my girls I'm going to work out Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That way it's out there. It's not just in me. It's out there. Now I have 2 little accountability partners to be like, hey, mommy, you're home early. I thought you were going to the gym. Oh no, something came up. Mommy's tired. Oh, okay. And then them see that and then them see it multiple times. Like, that feels like shit. So immediately that's something that doesn't feel good, right? So that's one way for me to make it emotional, to strengthen my why for going. But then there's also another part of my identity. So like, I always like a backup. Okay. So I've got 1, 2, the learner in me. She likes to try new things, but she's also very well aware that she's probably going to suck for a little while before she gets all right. And it's going to be probably even a lot longer before she gets pretty good. But everything is going to take time, but that is okay. And to just give myself grace. Okay. So say that I had this goal of losing 15 pounds and just, building more muscle. For the first 5 weeks, I was going to the gym Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I was making healthier choices, but I really wasn't seeing the results that I wanted. So even though I was holding myself to a standard, the girls, they were seeing the things that I felt that they needed. I was following through on my decisions. In my mind, I was just like, you know what? Like, work has been stressful. Like, there's so much going on. Like, I'm so fucking tired. I just want to go home. I'm going to open up a glass of wine. I'm going to rest. Like, I deserve it. It's fine to take just this one day off. And then I do it the whole week. And I have that voice that's inside of me that's saying, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's just this 1 week or it's just this one day. And you allow that to happen. We're all going to lose motivation, right? Like, we're all not going to be motivated. So that first why
that mama bear, why that I attached myself to, it's no longer enough. So now I'm going to have to pull from that learner in me who knows things aren't always going to be going the way that I want. I'm not seeing the results. If I was seeing the results, I probably would have continued to go to the gym and not been so quick to be like, no, you deserve it. You can rest. No, like we have to hold on to that why. So whenever one why isn't strong enough, go to your next one. So what's the fallback? Just like a checking and a savings account, right? So with that said, I'm going to take this up a notch further. Say I'm laying on the couch. I didn't go. It's been that week. I had that learner in me that's telling me, you haven't been seeing the results that you want. Like, you're stressed out at work. You know that this happens. People lose motivation. You know that you're making excuses. Like, they're talking some reason into you, but you also have that person in your head that's always talking. It's like, no, you're going to be okay. Like, we're going to do this tomorrow. Like, everything's going to be great next week. You have all of these different voices. And to me, I think it's so important to think about who's talking right now. Like, who am I fucking listening to? It's kind of like, especially since COVID, like, I'm not going to make this political, but it's like, where am I getting this information from right now? Is this a reliable source? Do they have fucking authority on this topic? Because we do that. Like, we're very serious about just following through and where's the credibility, like seeking out these sources outside, like in the external world. But I don't know how well we are at that same work inside mentally. And I think that it's just such a huge miss. And it is so helpful to ask those questions. Like, who am I listening to right now? Because I'm a homebody, right? Like, do not ask me if I want to stay home. I will say abso-fucking-lutely. Like, I love being on my couch. I love being in my cozy robe. Like, I'm not trying to go anywhere. And as much as I love a nice tight body, I love me some sleep. So I'm just saying, that voice in me that loves being a homebody and loves being cozy in her robe, around her things, with her family, with her candles, she's going to be loud. Also because I give her the most attention. Like, her and I are super tight. We talk all of the time. So she's always going to be a little bit louder than the other voices in my head. So I'm going to hear her absolutely. But when it comes to me trying something that is so entirely new, which is developing a new habit, trying to achieve a goal that is totally outside of my typical, it is atypical to me and who I am fundamentally, she's not someone I can listen to, because if I want to listen to her, then I'm not going to be reaching this goal. This is not a goal I'm going to be able to maintain if I do reach that goal. I have to pull from other sources. She is not an expert. She needs to actually pipe it down. So instead, it is going to be super important for me to listen to the other voices. Again, I don't have that fitness, just athlete, that person who is just all about it. That's not a part of who I am yet. One day, maybe, but I have to build that muscle. And building muscle and creating change, it takes time. So who else is talking? Who else is talking? That person who's saying, just get up, get up, get up. It's okay. Like, pull from that. Like, if you know that you were supposed to be doing something that you were not doing, stop what you're doing, listen to that voice, because the more you choose to listen to that voice, that reminder, that why, the louder it's going to get. And the quieter, the more respect the other voice is going to show it. You have to feed your focus. You have to nurture the things that you want. Just like your bank account. Like, if you are trying to reach a financial goal, like, you can't be spending your dollars. Like, you have to sit there and be very diligent about, where everything is going. You got to track your line items, like all of those things. Keep your receipts. You got to track who's talking. You got to keep up with the thoughts that you're thinking. In order to do anything, it requires action. But before the action, it requires you thinking a thought that produces an emotion that gets you to do. Like if you are not thinking the right thoughts, you're never going to continuously do the actions that you need in order to achieve the things that you want. We've got to think, we've got to be, and we've got to do. So when it comes to creating change in our life, I, for example, like a really true example, I'm a private person. I love talking. Like I'm very transparent. Like I will share parts of myself all day, but I have to feel close to someone, and it can't just be for everybody, because I like just the intimacy that comes with one-on-one moments, and I don't like to be the center of attention. There are just parts of me that are not aligned with creating a podcast, but my goal, I'm trying to be Kris Jenner, and I am not playing. Like, I feel like I get laughed at when I say that, but I am legitimately trying to live a life where I am growing and nurturing and being involved and hands-on with the lives of my kids and helping them be all that they can be and pursue their dreams and getting paid for it for as long as I choose. And when I decide I want to retire and live my comfy, cozy life, like that's when I decide I'm going to retire and live my comfy, cozy life. But like, that is my decision. I aspire to be like Kris Jenner, but I can't be like Kris Jenner if I am going to be this private person who is not social, who has no negotiation skills, no communication skills, there are just parts of her identity that I have identified that are going to be super key in me reaching a goal, specifically that goal. And so I have to assess it. I have to cross compare. Okay. Like, these are the skills that I already have. These are skills that I need to develop. These are parts of me that I don't have yet. I will get there. But in order to get there, I'm going to have to really, really, really pull from these versions of myself that are currently existing. And I'm going to have to make up some stories for them. I'm going to have to make up, not necessarily stories for them, but I'm going to have to pull from those personas that I have within me. And I'm going to have to create my whys for each one of them, so that as I continue and I start to work on this path, that whenever I lose the motivation and now it's really just focused on discipline, like what's going to get me moving this day, I have something to hold on to. We have to have something to hold on to. And so with that said, the purpose of this show is knowing that it's the new year, new beginnings. You got New Year resolutions, New Year, new me, which is not even really a New Year, new me for most people. It's really just an evolved you. I want you to hit your goals so hard and just fucking slay them. Like, truly, like, that sounds corny, but I'm so serious. And sometimes we just need just to refocus. Like, we need to just anchor ourselves, and we just need reminders. So in those moments of just like, oh, fuck, man, like, I'm tired, like, I know what I want to be doing, connect to your why, pull from those different sources. I feel like I hear people say, I want to help you tap into your potential and tap into this, your inner resources. But no, like, it sounds a little woo-woo. Let's make it like very specific. You wear multiple different hats each and every day. Think about the hats that you wear each and every day. Think about the ones that you really value, that like they make you feel so good. The ones that you want to fuel even more. Now think about your goals. All right. Now, how can you become that person who achieves those goals? By drawing from those bits of yourself that you already have. Because it's really hard to just become this person out of thin air. Like, oh, I have to be a gym rat, so I'm going to be there all the time. No, that's hard, and that's not realistic. So think about what you've got already. make the most of what you got already. Start to slowly turn down the volume on the voice that doesn't really align with where it is you're trying to go. Think about your source, turn up the volume on those that do serve you, and align yourself for success. So I honestly, I could go on and on and on. And I feel like I got super turned on this first episode. So I am going to have to work on bringing it down a notch. But I hope that the themes of this conversation really did kind of come together in a way that you can leave this conversation and think about what it is that you have in mind for yourself for 2023. Reflect on who it is you are, who it is you're trying to become, how you can draw from what's already within you and help, build on it and just up level your life. Cause you got shit to do. I got shit to do. But like, if we can just lean on each other and give each other inspiration for how we can be better together, then it's just going to feel so much better. And it's just nice to know you're not alone. All right. So I hope that you got something from this. If you liked it, I would love for you to share it in your story. Tag me at Erica Shea so I can see it. If there are any questions that you have or it's something that you'd like to talk about a little bit further, do not hesitate to send me a DM. I would love to chat with you. But until next week, you guys, please show up for yourself in a major way.